Welcome to the Life After Life podcast, where we explore our soul's physical and non-physical journey. I'm Majana. Let's discuss angels, guides, and loved ones from the other side. Welcome back. So glad you could join us. I want to share with you another example of how just to be open to those friends, loved ones, and even maybe people you don't know that just pop by to say hi from the other dimension. Because if you can put away any doubts or fears, some really cool things can show up. People on the other side, especially your loved ones, miss you as well. They want to see you. They want to have contact with you. And they can do that in such a variety of ways. And there's I'm afraid, a misconception that if it's not your loved one or a friend, it might be somebody that, the ghost, right? Well, not necessarily. And what I love is about people on the other side have this propensity towards electricity because it's easy for them to manipulate that. And let me tell you what, that can come in really, really handy. An example was one night I was working really late at night. And so it was dark outside. I was in my office and it was just a great office. I had sliding glass doors that led out to a balcony. Beautiful view. And it was a beautiful night. So I had those open and was working, and I needed to make copies. And I was aware at some point that this entity, this spirit, had come into my office and was hanging out by the door. But I was in a hurry. It was late. I needed to get home. So I was really just pretty much ignoring him. And he wasn't intrusive at all, just a very large presence. So I continued to ignore him, and I needed to go make copies. So I went into the other room to make copies, and he came in there with me, and the copier would not work. And he was he just had a large energy. And I'm sure when he was on the earth in body, he had a large energy. He may have been large in stature. And I was a little irritated because he was following me every place I went. So I just turned around, and I was not physically seeing him. I was just feeling his energy. And I turned to face his energy, and I said, I need you to stop. I feel like you're stalking me. So if you have something to tell me, tell me. Otherwise, I need you to back off and let me get my work done. He didn't say anything for a moment, and I didn't have the patience to wait him out. And I said, okay, this copy machine's not working. I have to go in this other room to do this other thing. So make yourself useful and fix this copy machine while I'm gone. So I went about my business in the other room doing what I needed to do, came back in, and voila, the copy machine worked. So now all of a sudden I was pretty grateful that he was there. And so he continued to follow me around. I went back into my office, and I told him, I'm just really busy. Thank you for fixing that. I do appreciate it. And if you need something, I need you to tell me because I'm in a hurry. He didn't say anything. All right. So I went on about my business and had several different places in the building I needed to go. I wasn't just in my office, and there was only a custodian, was the only other person in the building. So when it came time to leave, and this was quite late in the evening, I didn't go back into my office from another room, but I locked the door, and I was trying to set the alarm, and this spirit would not let me set this alarm. And I kept trying, and I finally said, what? Why won't you let me set this alarm? What? And he said, for the first time all night, he said, you didn't shut the door. I looked over at the door that led from the reception area into the offices. I said, yes, I did. And he said, he just repeated, you did not shut the door. Okay. So I walked over there, checked it, and sure enough, it was locked. And I said, it's locked. And he showed me a visual of the sliding glass door in my office. And I said, oh, I had left that open. So I went back into my office, and sure enough, it was wide open. So I closed and locked the sliding glass door before I could leave. And then, I could lock all of the doors and set the alarm, and it was no problem at all. So what I felt was a little bit of a nuisance because he was just such a big, strong energy, actually turned out helping me out twice that night. And I was very grateful. And he left. I don't know, he just popped in for the evening, and I never saw him or heard from him again. So again, be open. You never know how they're going to show up, but helpful is helpful, right? Take it how you can get it. So I would love to hear your stories and your questions. You can get us at Majana@lifeafterliferadio.com. And until next time, namaste.